Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am scrapbooking with my How to Kill a Kit with Style. Now this is my old stuff kit, so from manufacturers that are no longer around, and then I brought in some fun things. Today I'm scrapbooking this photo of most of the Easter dinner, which was a roast on the grill, sliced up so nice, and some homemade Chloe mac, which is what we call our macaroni and cheese. So let's see what I can do. Okay, so I'm gonna pull my sleeves back and get to it. So we have a lot of Chatterbox papers right here. So I have the green, the purpley blue, and kind of this reddish orange, and those are all from Chatterbox. And I don't know if you guys remember when Chatterbox came out. It's been years and years and years, and they're no longer around anymore. But when they came out and they had their rooms and their collections, oh my goodness, we just thought that they were just revolutionary, and they had the coolest papers and the best designs, and it felt more sophisticated than the other stuff that was normally at the scrapbooking stores. They really just like led the industry back then. And I have hoarded my Chatterbox papers for a long time. And Chatterbox had thinner papers and they had thicker papers. And I still love them. I love the colors. I think that they are, you know, a perfect, they're just perfect. Like, you don't have to worry about them becoming dated or feeling old because they're just great basic color papers. Now, I'm sure I've used up a lot of it. Well, I know I've used up a lot of it. But I do have a good amount of these basic papers to use up, and I really think I just need to start using them. I've always said use your stuff. That means you can get more stuff. And I have a good amount of stuff to use, so we're just going to keep at it. I do have to say I am making a whole lot. I have at least doubled the amount of albums that are complete in the past 5 years. We have about 100 albums floating around this house. Not all of them are exactly complete. Some of them have, you know, a few things that need to be done. A couple of them need the spines labeled, and I think there's a random layout or two throughout them that need to be finished. But yeah, a lot of albums. And while I'm just sitting here cutting paper, I'm just going to talk about this stuff, guys. So if you're not interested in that, mute me, fast forward, do what you got to do to see the layout. But I want to talk about albums right now, so you know that's what we're going to talk about. You know, there are people that scrapbook less because they're running out of room. There are people that throw away scrapbooks. There are people that throw away pages. There are people that give away their scrapbooks and give away pages and do all that kind of thing. But I mostly scrapbook for me. Of course, I like having the memories. I like it when my family looks back at the albums. I especially love it when we sit and just go through a bunch of albums and we talk and laugh and have good memories together. Like that is wonderful. But the creative process and making the stuff, that is definitely all me. And I figure if I end up with a room just utterly full of scrapbooks, I'm okay with that. I think that actually makes me happy. Seeing the albums aligned along the bottom of the long wall in our living room and some bookshelves, that just fills me with a sense of happiness, because even when I'm not opening them and looking through them, I know that our memories are in there, and I can just look at them anytime and go back and remember things and you know, just have those good thoughts. So there that is. That's my philosophy. I am not a person that is going to stop scrapbooking or scrapbook less or put 16 photos on a page like I used to do when I first started scrapbooking. I'm just going to scrapbook the way I want, the way that makes me happy, and if I end up with 200 albums at the end of next year, so be it. Right? Right. Okay. So I am pulling out all of that kind of, it's It's not really a lime and it's not really a neon green, but it is a pretty bright green. And the greens don't all exactly match, but they do coordinate. They are close enough together that they look fine on the page. So I'm pulling off all of those little bits, and I'm making sure that I get little pops of it throughout the page. And that is because I matted my photo in it, and then that greeny color is also in this pattern paper. Now I decided to cut that thin strip of pink paper and the floral paper thinly because I really want to use the other side of those papers. I love those two together, so I wanted to make sure that I had enough for a second layout. And I am okay with that because I am creating with the kit and I'm going to scrapbook with it right away. It's not like I am putting it away for a rainy day and saying these papers are beautiful together, one day I'll make a layout with them. Well, one day is either going to be today or tomorrow, people. It isn't going to be 6 years down the line because I do have some papers still that were one-day papers, and there is never a better time for one day than today. So pull out that paper, use the paper you love, and just make pages that make you happy. If pages with all kinds of colors and all kinds of funkiness make you happy, then you do them. If you're more of a simple scrapbooker where you don't like lumps and bumps and you just want paper and maybe some stickers, then you do that. If you want to art up the entire thing where you're painting and throwing glitter glaze and all that good stuff, then do it. Just scrapbook how you like and how you feel good about it, because I can't tell you, and I know I say this a lot, but I cannot tell you how much more fun scrapbooking is when you're scrapbooking with products you like and you're scrapbooking the way you want to, and when you're not trying to scrapbook just like the scrapbooking superstars and you're not, trying to do that. So I think of Missy Whitten. She is a queen of mixed media. She can make things happen on her page, and everything she does just is gorgeous and it's beautiful. And I love watching her videos. I love listening to her explain how she scrapbooks. I love mixed media on my page, but I don't mix media like Missy Whitten, because mixed media like that doesn't make me personally happy. I love watching it. Watching her makes me personally happy, but doing it, I like doing it my way. I like scrapbooking my way. That is what makes me happy. Pretty fitting that I'm playing around with a pure happiness sticker while I'm telling you guys all about scrapbooking to make you happy. Okay, we'll get off the soapbox now and talk about the layout because it's almost finished. So when I am working with my Killa kit, I probably put on a little extra embellishments than I normally would if I'm just pulling embellishments out from my room and I'm just scrapbooking from my stash. And that is because a lot of the time in my Killa kits, I have partially used bits, I have things that I want to get used up, and there's no sense in me holding on to it for the perfect layout, because this is the perfect layout for it. So all of the little bits, definitely on this page, probably a little bit more little bits on this one than I would have had if I was just scrapbooking, and I am okay with that. Some of my layouts have a lot of decoration, some of them do not have a lot of decoration, some of them are flat, some of them are bumpy. It's just however I am feeling at the time. Now I do have to say there are a lot of butterflies on these sticker sheets, and those do not make me happy, so probably not going to use them. There are very specific times in my scrapbooking with butterflies that have made me happy. I've done a couple layouts of my Aunt Bee, who is no longer with us, and she just loved butterflies and roses and teacups, so those kind of things I am absolutely ridiculously happy to scrapbook with butterflies on layouts about her or with her in them, because they remind me of her, and that is a good thing. Now I move around this cork piece right here. I really want it to be on this layout, and I thought I was going to be able to layer it over top of this word thicker, and I didn't have it exactly where I wanted it, so I tried to move it and the cork just broke. That is something that you have to be careful with cork if you're using it in your scrapbooking. It is, you know, kind of brittle. It's fragile. You can't beat it up and move it all around like you can like a puffy sticker or some chipboard. There's no just, like, the sticky doesn't just wear off and you can slap it back on. It falls apart on you. So instead of using that one cork circle, that poor guy went into the bin. But that's okay. I have plenty of other cork things, and I'm not devastated over one little embellishment that I've had for years, you know, falling apart. Things happen. I do decide to add a little bit, a bit of a shine, so I grab this arrow that has some metallic to it. I do overlap a matte heart and then the word document. Sometimes I like my arrows plain, sometimes I like to layer things on them. In this case, I want it to layer something on them. And if you guys see how everything nestles together right there around that floral chipboard piece, oh, that makes my heart so happy. So that A with its descender going all the way down there just kind of slopes along, and then the arrow kind of nestles into the other side of it, and then that oval, oh, it just all fits together so great, and I love that. When I'm doing my embellishments and I'm doing clusters, I think a lot of the times we're like, oh man, I gotta layer up everything, everything's gotta be touching, that's what a cluster is. But that doesn't have to be a cluster. Your clusters don't have to touch. Your clusters can just be a group of things close together. That is definitely a cluster right there, and it's not touching. Well, some things are, but the main elements are not touching, and I like that. Now these are the Love from Lizzie peel off hearts. Some of them are super teeny, so I'm just going to sprinkle those about the page, and then I'm going to do just a couple lines of journaling about our main dishes for Easter and how delicious it was. This was in 2019. Man, that pile of roast looks delicious. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I hope that when I go on those soapboxes about doing what makes you happy and just doing your own thing in scrapbooking, that you take it to heart and you really just do what you want. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys again real soon for another video.